Hello, back again, bitches. Hey, it's number 3. This is exciting. Okay, I just came back from such a great conversation and it's just left me feeling so excited to make my next steps. You know, those conversations you have where it just fills you with energy. It's like, okay, I almost want this to finish so I can start doing everything that's in my head and all these ideas that I have. That's exactly what kind of conversation I just had. Obviously, I'm not going to go into who it was and what it was about, but it was regarding the next steps in my career. And it's an opportunity that came about from putting myself out there and having a conversation with a random person, a random event. And it's so crazy how the world works, how it turns around. What's the saying? Like how it can come back to you. Like seriously, it's just worth having a conversation with people. Like, don't sit on your phone. Like turn to the person next to you, have a conversation. Like never know what's going to happen. It's so crazy. Seriously, stop sitting on your phone in public places. Like have conversations with people. Like, okay, maybe it's not going to be your next employer, or maybe it's not going to be your next boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever, but like, regardless, it is so refreshing having a stimulating conversation with someone about real shit, not about like gossip or people you dislike or she did this. No, like serious, proper, deep conversations with people. It is the essence of life, and I just strive to have more of these conversations, not because I'm going to get something from it, just because it's genuinely energizing and it just makes you feel a bit more alive. It gives you energy, and I love it. And I guess that's a little intro on what I want to talk about today. And I'm trying to make moves into navigating my way through this industry that I want to work in. And I'm obviously going in pretty green, and I'm not sure what steps to take to get closer to my ideal role. So in my mind, I've just been putting myself out there, trying to connect with people, trying to get advice from people that are in the industry, stuff like that, because I value people that are in positions where I would like to be, and what advice they can feed back to me, and maybe I can learn from that. I'll say ultimately, you have to live your own experiences to learn truly. But having said that, it is so useful to have these conversations with the people that have already gone through the learning processes that you're probably going to go through eventually, and put you in the right mindset to navigate all the trials and tribulations that you might be heading into. And from this conversation, it's so damn clear to me. Like everyone that is starting their career or pivoting or whatever, it is so wrong to think that it's about your experience. It is so far from that. It is most definitely the attitude that you approach it in. Picture you going into a room, 2 people with the same experiences, and the person that's going to make a most lasting impact is the person that has the better attitude, that is more open to having conversations, that's going to leave an impact on the people in the room. Ultimately, that's not the experience you have, right? It's the attitude that you've adopted, right? And that's something that absolutely you can work on without experience. I honestly think this is the mindset that's costing people in their 20s more than they realize. So this isn't a video about experience, this is a video about attitude. Literally think about any encounter that you've had with someone and you thought, oh my gosh, like that was such a stimulating conversation, or they're really interesting, or I'd like to see them more or talk to them more. I guarantee you the conversation wasn't about their skills and the jobs they've had. It's the feeling that you had after that conversation, a relationship that was built through that conversation, what you've left with, that's what you remember. You remember how they made you feel. And that's a skill weighs way more than the experience you have. It's the relationships you build, the quality of the relationships, especially when you're walking into something new. Of course, you're not going to be a natural at it straight away. You're not going to get things right. That's fine. Mistakes will be made. If you approach it in an I can, I will attitude, that is absolutely going to get you through any situation that you're in. That is ultimately what will make you feel fulfilled and succeed in what you're doing. People always remember how you made them feel. They won't remember your CV. They'll remember the relationship that you built in a conversation that you had. Like this conversation that I just had, it literally came from me being at an event and being open to having a conversation with a random person and just genuinely being myself, and I think that just holds value. People really resonate with that, but feel like it's normal when you're going into a professional environment and you want to feel very controlled and you want to come across in a certain way. I think what we're losing is this essence of uniqueness. But the reality is that the more genuine you are, the more personable you are, the more open and willing to create a lasting relationship with someone, or a quality relationship, that's what's really going to open doors for you. It helps so much to be genuinely interested in someone else. Ask questions, be interested in how someone got there and what they've learned, and be open to that. Yeah, it's hard if you're not really interested, but seriously, I can't imagine myself doing something that I'm not just crazy passionate about, because I just don't think I can fake it, like in a role that I don't really care about. I just can't see it for myself. I'm not sure if anyone can relate, but like, I just crave being in an environment that brings out the best in me, and that's, you know, creating meaningful relationships, putting my 110% into a business, a company that I truly believe that can make a difference in the world. And, you know, as cheesy as that sounds, that is the only way that I can function and do a good job. I know it's not the same case for everyone going into the workforce, and I know bills have got to be paid. I understand that. I get that that's obviously important. Sometimes you can't be too picky, but I think it's not even finding a perfect role in the perfect industry. It's, as mentioned before, it's the attitude that you approach it in and the purpose you find within your role. If you truly believe that what you're doing day in, day out is making a positive difference to yourself, to the people around you, to your family, to your country, anything, that is what's really going to bring out your true essence and give you true passion and purpose in life to move forward and to wake up with a smile on your face. And I feel like that is such a cheat code to life. But do you know what? All of these things that I'm talking about, like, it's just not going to happen if you don't make it happen. Everything that I've done that's been so great for me and that I'm so proud of has been outside of my comfort zone. Like, there is no way that I am going to grow. To be perfectly honest, I could not push myself. God, like, seriously, when I was a kid, I remember I used to say no to everything. Like, I used to be so reluctant to try anything new, anything like foods, meeting people, playing new sports, nothing. I really needed to be pushed, and it needed to be drilled into me that it's okay not to like something, but you have to try it. Like, you don't know until you try. And it is so bloody true. Like, nothing will happen if you stay in your house and you sit behind a screen and you watch TV. No. You need to be getting out there. You need to be having conversations, having experiences, you travel, work on a project, like, get the creative juices flowing. And it will turn into a cycle and things will start happening. And it's crazy how the universe works, because it all comes back. If you're putting the right energy out there and you're intentionally trying, I'm fully convinced that things will work out and it will happen how it needs to happen for you to get where you need to be. Look, there have been times, and there will be times, where efforts are put in and nothing's received back, but that's just how the cookie crumbles. If it's not meant to be, it won't be. And if it is, it will. But having said that, nothing worth having comes easy. So yes, putting yourself out there can be a little bit scary, but seriously, ask yourself, like, would you prefer to be sitting at home, not putting yourself in situations that could turn into something amazing? It's just a no-brainer. Like, yes, sometimes it's uncomfortable. Yeah, maybe you'll look a bit awkward. Yeah, maybe you won't say the right thing, but if it doesn't turn out, it'll be a bloody great story to tell. And let's get back to the time where it's okay to have a debate and not get offended. Like, when I have a conversation with someone that doesn't share the same opinion with me, I try to keep an open mind and truly listen and take things on board that might change my opinion. It's so refreshing. And saying, I feel like I want to go and make a tea. Look, I'll be real, like, my motivation definitely comes in waves. Like, some days I feel so excited to get out there and to achieve things and work towards my goals, and there'll be other days where I'm like, oh my God, what the hell is going on? You know, it's up and down, it is, absolutely. The thing that I'm trying to create is a system where it is a sustainable amount of motivation to continue working towards what means the most to me, and hence my apprehension of getting into an industry or role that doesn't bring the best out of me, doesn't energize me. Am I being too picky? Am I being selfish? I don't think so. Life is way too short. I do not want to spend my days working in something that I don't enjoy, that I don't believe in, because I feel like it zaps the energy out of you. It zaps the life out of you. And yeah, my parents' generation are like, oh, well, sometimes you just have to cop it. Yeah, fine. Like, sweet. If you want to do that, that's great. But that's just not me. And I don't know if people can resonate with how I feel. But working doesn't feel like work when it's something you truly believe in and you think you're making a difference and you're adding value. I no longer see that as work. I see that as being human, being part of a community, being valuable and pursuing something that's bigger than you. You know, that's what gets you up in the morning. Like, God, am I ever going to find that? I am. Like, I do believe I will find. Like, yes, will it take time? Sure. Will it not happen instantly? Probably not. But like, damn, I'm going to try my best to be in a position where I'm creating something I truly believe in, because it gives me so much energy and drive. And I love that feeling. Like, I crave that feeling. Maybe that's what I've been lacking after my footballing career, because that's kind of how I felt most of the time during my playing time. But who's to say that you can't feel that in the corporate world or in the business world? I'm on the hunt. So having this conversation was so exciting, and it's easy to compare yourself and to say you don't have the experience to have this role, to step into this company, like you need to earn the right. But I think that have the right attitude, believe in yourself, keep working towards what you need to improve, and the ball will start rolling. Have conversations, be open, enjoy life, have a smile on your face. It's so captivating when people are like that. Like, damn, the reality is, like, whatever, industry, sport, whatever, the skills, what you learn from whatever you experience in life is absolutely transferable into whatever you do, no matter what anyone tells you. You can absolutely, I could have been a football player and I could become a lawyer, and there are skills that I learned from being a footballing career that I could absolutely transfer into being a lawyer. Like, it could be the most distant jobs and there will still be something that is transferable. Of course, a part of me is thinking, damn, I'm 25. I've had this footballing career. I'm trying to get into the corporate world, trying to find the right role where I fit. I'm a bit late to the game. You know what? Stuff that. Like, I'm not thinking like that anymore. It doesn't matter. There's so many things that I truly believe that can help me, that I have built a foundation from, that will help me in my next role. I just have to be open to learning and it'll happen. It's very draining comparing yourself to others. I just don't think it's beneficial in any way, really. If you really do think about it, why would you compare yourself to anyone? No one is built the same. No one has the same composition that you have. No one has the same parents that you've had. No one has the same blood. Like, physically, no one is built like you are built, and no one has had the experience that you've had. So why on earth would you compare yourself to anyone else? Like, yeah, compare yourself to yourself last year if you really want to compare yourself and hold yourself to those standards. But why would I compare myself to someone that has nothing to do with me? Like, especially social media, it's so wild and it's so easy to do, and it's so easy to bring yourself down. But I myself are still working on, but I'm really trying to consciously not be sucked in by all that, hence the social media kind of break. So to wrap it up, I feel like I've been on an absolute tangent here, which is a little bit of a trend, but I think I will end on: do not stress about your experience. Do not stress about your skills. Make sure that you're trying to have meaningful connections with humans. Like, strip it down to that, because that holds more valuable than anything. Because you know what? In 5 years, he's going to remember your job title when you walked in. They're going to remember how you made them feel. That's that.